Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today I know y'all ran in here because of my thumbnail, pimping in the pulpit. We're going to get to it all in a quick moment, but there are a few other people we need to get to first that are trying to live this poly lifestyle, this as many women as possible lifestyle, and we need to talk about it. So first on the docket is NEYO. NEYO recently celebrated a birthday, and I guess one of the women from his harem thought it was a great idea, thought it was a fantastic idea, you guys, to film NEYO with the sister girlfriends or the sister side pieces or the sister situationships, dancing, I believe that was to Ja Rule in their Lululemon best, showing off, you know, the boudoir and all the things, and you know, them rotating, kissing NEYO. And my thing is this, right? I understand you're single or whatever, you've tried marriage, it didn't work out for you, you've tried committed relationships, it didn't work out for you, in part because you're the problem, you know, with all the cheating that you like to entertain, and all of the things. But I guess for me, if you're gonna be doing all this foolishness, why do we need to see it on the internet? Who is responsible? Who are these women, NEYO, that you're dealing with that feel like we need to see all of your debauchery live and in action on social media? It is what I want to know. But then you're going to have the audacity to write these amazing love songs and these amazing breakup songs and all of these things, but you're out here just doing whatever. No. And the worst part about this, you know, is the fact that you have kids that are grown enough, that are, you know, old enough at this point to, and I'm talking about the kids that you have with Mashonda, is they're old enough to be on the internet. They're old enough to be on social media, and you are live, all on the Shade Room, all on the Neighborhood Talk, which are the top two Black social media blogs. And it's like, where is the decorum? Where is, you know, the thought process that this is not a good example for my kids? And you have, and what are your daughters going to think? They're going to think that this is appropriate to do when they grow older? Like I'm just trying to understand what the mentality is, NEYO. What the mentality is that you are clearly messing with women who have no self-respect, number one. Number two, think that this is a flex to post here on the internet for the people to see, to go live on all the blogs. And you've got kids out here who are old enough to see all of these shenanigans, and you have sons who can think that this is okay to replicate, and you have daughters who you can think that this is okay to conduct themselves as when they become adult women. No. If you want to do all this foolishness, leave it off of social media is all I gotta say. But don't be out here trying to be a representative of, you know, I'm a good man, I'm a good gentleman, and this and that, and I want a good independent woman. Well, here's the thing. Let me say this. There's only a certain type of woman who is going to be into this type of tomfoolery, and or the ones that want access to basically your money and your lifestyle. But nonetheless, a real self-respecting woman, a real woman who, like you said, is Miss Independent, is not going to be playing these types of games. It is not going to be entertaining this foolery. Is not going to be on camera up here taking rotations and kissing you. No. Celebrate your birthday how you want to, but we don't need to see it on the cameras. We don't. But clearly, there's something that you're struggling with from within. That at your big age, or what, almost, you're in your 40s, right? That you cannot stay faithful to one woman.
and you cannot be monogamous with one woman, and you think that this is a flex for the internet to see this ablaze, and you've got kids out here that can see all of this nonsense, and you've already got 2 broken households at least, and the rumored side baby, like it's just too much. It is just too much shenanigans. So that's enough on that. I can't even believe I extended that much time, but nonetheless, that's that. Next, we have Sharelle and Chad OCHOCINCO, you guys. So Sharelle had tweeted the other day, yesterday, saying, Chad and I are no longer together. Please stop tagging us. He is a free man, ladies. And somebody in the comments was like, thanks, sis. I'll kindly slide into his DMs. In which Sharelle replies, LOL, hope you don't catch nothing, sis. Now here's the thing. I don't know if she's trying to imply that there's an STD or whatever. I don't know what this implication is, or that just Chad is just out here in these streets being reckless, right? But here's my thing. Didn't you leave your committed, ex-husband or whomever that you had your 2 kids with? Didn't you leave him for Chad Johnson? For Chad OCHOCINCO? Because you thought that you were leaving for a come-up? Because he was a retired NFL athlete? No. And, we can argue back and forth whether or not Chad OCHOCINCO has money or not, or if he's just, a cheap person or whomever. But he does pick and choose what he does want to spend money on. When he does want to, for the gram, shower his kids with gifts and shower, certain females with gifts, he has no problem displaying that. But then wants to go into this whole, I'm really frugal, I've never spent my NFL check, I'm all about McDonald's for a date and blah, blah, blah. I think Chad Johnson has a pattern, and the pattern is, he likes to create all these babies out here. And basically once the baby gets around to be a toddler age or so, he needs to be back out in the streets. He cannot, stay faithful. But the thing is, Sharelle knew exactly who she was getting involved with when she chose to leave her own committed situation to mess with Chad OCHOCINCO. So for those reasons, I don't feel sorry for her. And Chad OCHOCINCO, at some point you have to grow up. You've got all these kids out here. From, depending on who you talk to, I don't think him and Sharelle are married. I think they were simply engaged. But nonetheless, engaged, married, whatever. You've now brought another child into this dysfunction. You've brought a child into this dysfunction. I don't know why, if this is why you were crying on the other day on the episode with Shannon Sharp or whatever on Nightcap and talking about, fumbling a good thing or whatever. I don't know if it was in relation to this, but I will say this is not the first time that you and Sharelle have broken up. So the other side of this is I also need to wait this out to do a follow-up story if this breakup is for good, because I see now, I believe Chad OCHOCINCO reposted the breakup announcement, but also Sharelle is now promoting a podcast. So I need to understand if this is a publicity stunt or not, or if you guys need some newfound attention, or you guys need something to be discussed again. But the bottom line is, whatever is being implied here, if there's being an implication about somebody's, if there's any type of disease or whatever, or trying to imply that he's nothing but a cheater, that he's no good, or that he's low down or whatever, and it's like, girl, you knew exactly what you were signing up for. It is not a shock of any capacity if anybody has any problems with Chad OCHOCINCO and you are looking for something committed and honest and all these things. Like, let's keep it a buck, you guys. Let's keep it a buck. So for those reasons, it's the example of you get what you pay for. Right? It's the prime example of what you get what you pay for. This would have been great if Selling Tampa was still on Netflix and you could have milked this for a storyline. But, Netflix did not want to see any type of black primarily black show prosper in that way, and said that we'll let the white spin-offs and the white, selling sunset, we'll let that continue for as long as possible, even if people are quitting the show left and right and running out of storylines. But selling Tampa, that was too blackety black for us. We couldn't handle it, so we had to cancel it. No. But Chad OCHOCINCO has a type. Chad OCHOCINCO is no different than how he has moved in the NFL, which is why there's all these kids out here. I don't understand what you were expecting from Chad OCHOCINCO. I just don't. And then to leave your own committed marriage for this tomfoolery, I just needed to make it make sense. So there is that. Now, what you've all been waiting for, the real pimping in the pulpit, you guys. The real definition of, pimping in the pulpit. We've got to talk about this. So, a disclaimer. This is a pastor who is from Akron, Ohio. Shout out to LeBron James, because I believe that's where he's born. That's where he's from. So, there is a pastor in Akron, Ohio, who is now caught in a cheating scandal. So, a little bit of background, because your girl did some research, right? Your girl did some research, and this is a pastor who is in a wheelchair, who is wheelchair bound. I believe he got shot when he was 15 years old or something like that. He was in the wrong crowd, got shot a couple of times, is paralyzed from the waist down, you guys. And then turned his life around, has a church in Akron, Ohio called the Burning Bush, and also, I believe, has a restaurant, a fine dining, black-owned restaurant, right? And so, essentially what happened over this weekend is he had posted and deleted this statement because there are multiple women, accusing him of infidelity, and I can't help but think he went the Pastor John Gray approach. So we're going to read this tomfoolery, you guys. So this was what was posted and deleted. It says, okay, this is against my spiritual and legal counsel, but I have to say this. I do not care about the opinion of social media. You only have to have common sense to see that this was a plotted out attack for attention. I am wrong for what I did do. Penelope sought me out, came to my church on a demonic assignment, and I failed. Well, based off of this, I think you passed the demonic assignment. Because you partook in demonic behavior. She wasn't as witchy as she is now, but I fell for it. She sought my counsel out. There was never any manipulation, only what men in their flesh does, and that's to tell them what they want to hear. I was wrong. She told my wife about us in the emails you see, and then I showed my wife the real text that she claimed I destroyed in my phone about how she wanted me to leave my wife and be with her, and that wasn't happening. That's what saved our marriage. When Stacy saw the real text. This isn't about any manipulation, it's about rejection. The ignorant will run with her narrative because you hate me, and that's fine. I don't live for you. Everyone else can just read. She put out there to see. I checked in after we talked in church, and she said she wanted to meet, and her plan begins. Now, I sinned and I was wrong. I am not perfect and never claimed to be. I need help dealing with the flesh and I have failed. I will never address the others. This is so embarrassing. Because anyone with common sense can see through that and their thirst to be relevant and go viral. If this was God, the plan would have been to leave when the so-called abuse happened, not when you're fired and blocked 14 years later. Nobody paying attention to the fact that the first young lady had always had attractions to leaders at every church she went to. She told y'all, if it's the same situation in a different location, that means you're the carrier. I only owe my church and my wife an explanation about my failure. It's mine, not my wife's, not my friends'. If y'all can't see this was a planned attack by plotting women, then you don't want to see it. I haven't been a good husband, and my only goal is to win a real woman of God back, not because of this past stuff, but because of the things she didn't know. We did Stacy wrong, and it starts with me not resisting the devil. She now knows everything. Pray for me, y'all. I'm getting help. God will restore. Screenshot it now. It will be gone soon. No. First of all, there's multiple women. This isn't even like a one-time thing or one-time situation. And what do you mean, this, I'm a mimic, Pastor John Gray, that somebody was sent on a demonic assignment and I failed? No, you passed the demonic assignment. You passed the demonic assignment because you chose to partake in debauchery. But there's questions because, the members of this church, they're wondering whether or not he's going to step down. And it doesn't sound like that's going to be happening, at least as of now, because this is just fresh off the press for this weekend. But there are some people who are showing him support. And then there's a lot of people who are spilling tea in the comments. Some people are alleging that at least one of these women potentially is 19 years old, which is flat out disgusting. And all of these things. Listen, you are in a position of leadership. You are in a position to where you understand that there is always going to be somebody who's going to be after somebody, or somebody who may not seem like they're there for the right reasons or the right intentions. But you should have the wherewithal and the discipline to know at this point that you are a married man and you should not be cheating on your wife. Like, I don't understand how you're trying to make this about the quote-unquote other women and trying to make it seem as though the emails and the text messages, that if they fabricated it or somehow altered something, that quote-unquote saved your marriage. No. This is disgusting behavior. You obviously like the attention that you receive, and you want additional attention because of the fact that you are disabled and that you're wheelchair bound and all these things, and you are a minister and you feel that you can manipulate things into your favor. This is somebody who also, I read, helps out people with disabilities. So how are you also disabled, but disabling these women into thinking that you are going to leave your wife? And it doesn't matter what it says in these text messages or in these emails when it's all said and done, because in the throes of whatever passion was taking place, you obviously said something to them to where they felt bold enough to feel as though that they were going to stick around, that they were untouchable, that at some point in time, you and your wife were going to be no more. And here's the thing to the wife, right? Because there's probably multiple things going on with her as well, in which she probably feels like she has an obligation to stay and stick around for this mess. But it was exposed that there's several women. This isn't just a one-stop shop. This isn't just one person who just, went off willy-nilly saying all of these unhinged things. No. There were several women, which means you were entertaining all these other women under the guise of trying to mentor and pastor these women and trying to get their lives together and blah, 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 blah. But you even admit in this post that is now deleted that you agreed to meet with them. You agreed to have, inappropriate sessions, private sessions outside of the guise of being a pastor and being a position and leadership and power and all of these things. You knew exactly what you wanted to happen. You knew exactly what you were intending for it to happen. You wanted the additional attention and the additional access that these women provided you. And now that it's exposed, now all of a sudden, and your wife obviously was threatening to leave you, now all of a sudden you want to use this as a gotcha to the side chicks, as, this is what saved my marriage, this is what saved everything, and blah, 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 blah. No. You still have something to prove. You think that you've won the battle. But this is going to piss off your congregation. This is going to piss off your members if you're going to sit there and try to preach on Sundays about fidelity, about, not cheating, not having affairs and all these things. But in literally your own backyard, you're doing exactly that. So how is your congregation, how is your church members supposed to take you seriously? It's one thing, like the purpose of you allegedly becoming a pastor was you were on the wrong side of the tracks and went to jail and all these things and got your life back and you got it right and has lived right ever since. So how do you feel now that you have the audacity to, trade in one sinful life for another, but then try to sit here and now judge others? And judge your mistresses that you had no problem in partaking in as long as they kept it quiet, as long as they kept it on the low. No. You are pimping in the pulpit and you got exposed. And now you're trying to rewrite the narrative and you're trying to flip it as though they're all crazy. You don't want to give the others attention. You just want to make the one who sounded the most unhinged or the one that sounded the most obsessed with you because she probably was the one that you told her the most lies to and you probably made the most false promises to. So you want to make her the scapegoat and that she was the one that was there on a demonic assignment that you passed. You passed the demonic assignment because obviously you partook in something that was wrong and sinful. Can you make it make sense? So there's that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.